We have seen Dogecoin jump 186.5% over yesterday in social ranking, which is actually a really, really positive sign. The first time I predicted the Doge spike back when we were the only YouTube channel talking about it way back in the day. At that point in time, one of the reasons I was so suspecting of a big spike coming is because of comparing the social ranking to the current market cap ranking. Right now, we have Dogecoin approximately 12.66%. That's a lot, right? That's huge. Approximately 12.66% of all social posts across the entirety of the internet right now, or at least across the entirety of the market, have been about Doge. So right now, Doge is currently ranked, I believe, number 19 or 20 in terms of market cap, and yet it's ranked in the top 10 when it comes to the actual people talking about it at this current point in time. That's a really, really positive sign. You can see some of the top times, 2 p.m. in the afternoon seems to be a very positive time. Then we have 12 a.m. and 2 a.m., so a lot of positive times right now. This is exciting as we continue to watch this. But also, another big article coming out, the Coinbase effect. This study shows an average of a 91% increase in the price in a matter of 5 days. 91% just from being added to Coinbase, according to this study. The quote Coinbase effect means the average 91% token price gain in 5 days. I mean, wow. When we see Dogecoin add to Coinbase with numbers like this coming in, that's going to be extremely positive. Make sure to hit that like button as well. It's good to get this live out to more people, to be pressing that like and running those likes up so we can get this live recommended to people. This is a pretty positive story tonight. I like the stuff we're seeing. Welcome everyone coming in. Someone said sell your Doge. I mean, if you want to take some profits, there's nothing wrong with that. Personally though, I'm holding my Doge because I'm extremely optimistic for the long term, and we know this is another big thing. We know, let me go and show you this article right here. So this is something a lot of people aren't even thinking about or talking about, but I think it's actually really important, and that is the date, April 20th. Elon Musk Day, according to this article, Changing America. Elon Musk Day celebrated on April 20th. You really don't think that Elon Musk has a pretty high chance of talking about Dogecoin on that day? I'm predicting it will very possibly happen. We can't expect him to because, he can do whatever the heck he wants. He can make his own decisions. So there's no guarantees it's going to happen. But I would say there's a pretty dang high percentage chance of that, especially as we see, take a look at this. More extremely bullish articles coming out from some pretty big sources on the internet talking about Bitcoin to $400,000. That would be incredible if Bitcoin can reach 400K. They said this year, not even in 5 years or 10 years. I don't think that's going to happen. Just straight up. 400K is too high of a goal because of the amount of money that would have to go in. It took gold more than a decade to go up that much in terms of market cap, over 10 trillion. So for us to see Bitcoin go up that much, an insane amount, we would have to see most likely more time put in. Technically, anything crazy can happen, so I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it is unlikely. That's just the way it is. I mean, that's the truth. To the moon. Wish I had a Bitcoin. So George keeps saying, sell your Doge. I don't know. He's spamming it. Don't spam it, George. We hear you. You want us to sell our Doge. It's okay. You're entitled to that opinion. If you want to sell yours, that's fine. But don't come back and complain if Doge has a major spike, which I think could be coming, and then you sold early. Don't come back and complain. You lose all rights to complain if you sell, but you're entitled to do so, and that's your right. Good boys, welcome. The Nashville Boutique Hotel is now accepting Dogecoin. That's awesome. We're seeing more and more hotels starting to accept Dogecoin. As you come into live, if you haven't hit that like button yet, give it a tap. Give it a big tap. Press it as hard as you possibly can. Smash it. I don't know. I feel so weird saying that, but I mean, it's true. I mean, it really does help. So if you can, you just take a second to do that. Like button from Sean. Now that's some spamming I fully support right there. Thank you so much, Sean. Sean, you have the full green light there. Thank you, Sean. I like that. To the moon as well. Matt, please follow me. Sure, send me your link. I'll give you a follow. Why not? But the Nashville Boutique, I put up a picture of them. That they have a pretty dang nice hotel. Look at that. Do you not want to stay at the Nashville Boutique? Look at that beautiful pool. I want to stay there now. There we go. There's some free advertising for you, Nashville Boutique. You earned it for accepting Dogecoin now. So if you live in Nashville, hey, why not, right? But take a look at this as well. And keep in mind, the Nashville Boutique, they're not paying me. I'm just giving them a free shout out. If they were paying me, I would, of course, disclose that. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to do more free publicity. It's been enough. I made my point. I stand by my point 100%. I'm not going to do more free publicity. But I would definitely, if the Nashville hotel was paying me money to talk about them, I would tell you. I always am very, very clear and transparent about that. I think that's the right thing to do. But at the same time, I mean, maybe there's a reason that I don't know. So if there is, reach out to me. You're welcome to tell me, and you can change my mind. I'm always open to change my mind with new information, but it does actually take new information. I'm not going to change my mind unless there's new information coming out. And hey, maybe we'll hear some. Bitcoin still has support from long-term uptrend, says technical analyst Katie Stockton. Another big Bitcoin Plus article, but with all those big Bitcoin Plus articles, we are also seeing some negative stuff as well, a few things. So this one basically shows the price of Bitcoin every single time it hits that $60,000 mark, it does hit a little bit of resistance. The only way it can go up is if people actually believe it's going to go up. If people believe it'll hit $100,000, then it will go to $100,000. If people believe it'll go down to 30, it'll go down to 30. It's really as simple as that. Overall, the market gets to decide what it does. And the market right now is seeming to give some indications that Bitcoin is not going to be able to hit 400,000 this year. I don't think that's going to happen. So don't expect that. If it does, I will personally come on here and say I was wrong. I don't think I will be though. I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. If Bitcoin hits 400K, that's going to be the most positive sign for all altcoins ever. And at that point, Dogecoin would easily be above 30 cents. Easily. Potentially way above that. Dogecoin could even be closer to $1 if we see a $400,000 Bitcoin, because Dogecoin will have a huge opportunity going and other altcoins will be going up as well. Which is why, I mean, that's just such a big monumental thing. Perhaps we could see the entire market cap of cryptocurrency go from where it is now, around 2 trillion, all the way up to 10 trillion, a 5x. If Bitcoin 5x's, that would be pretty dang good. That would get up to around 300K or so. But I think it will take longer for Bitcoin specifically. There are going to be altcoins that are going to 5x. There's no doubt about it. There will be multiple altcoins that make big percentage gains. We have to figure out the best ones. And welcome to everyone as well who just joined on the Patreon. We now have, I believe, the third largest, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to do more research on that. I think it's the third largest crypto channel Patreon. I think. Someone tell me. Someone let me know. I'm thinking of two, which is Sheldon Evans and so Sheldon Evans is the one I know for sure is bigger. Then I guess can we count what's his name, Andre Jick? Those are the two I know that are bigger, but besides that, I don't know of any that are bigger. So we may be the third biggest one, maybe not. Regardless, who really cares about the ranking? It's still awesome to see. It's amazing what we've been able to build, and it's also cool to see everyone staying and participating and loving each other. So thank you to everyone who's part of that. Hopefully you are enjoying it, as I believe you will. Doge is the future cryptocurrency from Marnez. I think you could be 100% right that we could take some big jumps. Will it be the number one crypto? It doesn't even have to be. As long as it's one of the number one cryptos, that's good enough. That's great. That's fantastic. If it is the number one, I mean, hey, that would be insane. We'd all get rich, and of course we want that to happen. We'll try. I mean, why not, right? We'll try, but don't be expecting that. Don't be putting your life savings in expecting that, because there is always risk, and we talk about that consistently on the show. The risk, I will never ever say to 100% invest in something. Hold on, I want to check and see something real quick. Oh, look at that. Nice. That's a great like ratio right there. 346. Awesome. If you want to be pressing that, you are welcome to do so. But that basically shows you maybe a previous video. I'm not going to mention it, right? But maybe a previous video. Also keep in mind what the best part about it is, and we know this, right? The best part about it is when people press a dislike, it actually helps it get promoted more, I believe. Which is weird. I don't know why YouTube would set it up that way. But hey, whatever. We'll take it, right? But anyway, regardless, thank you to everyone who's pressing like and helping this get out to more people. That is cool to see. As we look at this, Elon Musk's firm Neuralink has the tech to build a real Jurassic Park, co-founder says. What? That's just insane. I want to see that. Let's do a real Jurassic Park. What are you waiting for? You say you have the tech. Don't make me roast you. Build it. We want a Jurassic Park. We want it now. Okay, I mean, I guess we don't really care that much, but it would still be really cool. I mean, would you not want to go pet a Tyrannosaurus Rex? I don't know. I guess no. Actually, never mind. You definitely wouldn't want to go pet Tyrannosaurus Rex. Maybe one of those big ones, the big boys with the long necks. We can go pet those. They seem nice enough. They're not gonna get us, are they? I don't know. Maybe they're the meanest ones, and they were just tricking us with their appearance. Who knows? But it's time for the first roast of the night. It is time to get the roast music out and get the roast underway. A sizzling hot, piping hot roast served up directly with a side of broccoli and a side of macaroni. But the macaroni is extra spicy, so it burns your tongue because it's a roast. It's supposed to burn just a little bit there. Here we go. The roast music has been initiated and the roast is underway. Cryptocurrency zoning regulations are permanent now in Missoula County. So Missoula County, basically, they're putting restrictions on people's ability to mine crypto, even though they're not putting restrictions on the banks. They are not putting restrictions on all of the other forms of monetary systems that cause way more pollutants into the environment. We all love clean air. Doesn't matter what your stance is on that. We all want clean air, but this is just silly. I mean, if you're going to do that, play fair then. If you're going to have it be for cryptocurrency that you put the restrictions on, then you should do the same thing for the banks. If you're not going to do either, then don't do either. Luckily, though, this is the only county right now that has restrictions of this sort. So they need to get roasted. They deserved it. Missoula County, more like Miss... I don't know. What's a good pun for that? Someone help me out. I didn't come up with maybe I should have come up with one ahead of time. What's a good pun? Missoula, Miss the mark, Ula? Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. So someone tell me in the comment section. Oh, also chat coming in. Let's see what it says. I like your videos, but Doge has at least 3 months to a year to hit 50 cents. Too many people are selling. You could absolutely be right. 50 cents in a year, it may take that long. It really may. And the reason why is because there are some whales who are selling. So it would be nice to see it happen faster, and it's possible that it could, especially with big news, but there's no guarantees of that. So thank you for reminding us of that. You are right. Light up a Stoge and hold your Doge from TBT LIL with the chat coming in. I love some of these comments here. I love some of these comments. I'm not going to read them out loud, but you guys can read them. And the reason why I don't want to give any more free publicity, but you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and pull up. This is actually even potentially a bigger article coming out than the one we saw with Bitcoin. Cardano price projection 88 poised for potentially a 270% increase. We know the smart contracts are coming. We know ADA in the past has gone up to around where it is now. So the chances of it going higher seem to be almost inevitable. If it's been this high before and yet Bitcoin is 3 times higher than where it is, then why can't Cardano, as one of the best cryptocurrencies out there in terms of the ability to use it for transactions, why can't it go up? I like Cardano a lot. It's way better than Ratcoin. I'm not the Ratcoin CEO. You want to come on the show? Let's go head to head, Ratcoin CEO. I'm grabbing your number. I'm taking it. I'll give you all the free publicity you want, Ratcoin. I think Ratcoin has such a small market cap. I think you guys actually made it go up a little bit because I started giving it free publicity. So, oh, there we go. Miss Moolah County. Yeah, that's good. Miss Moolah County. That's what you are. It's so much fun to come up with puns. Who doesn't love puns? A good pun. There's nothing that can beat a good pun. WRX will go to $100. I don't know about that. But on top of everything else that we're seeing, there are also a number of stocks right now that if you are interested in investing in cryptocurrency to some degree or another, at least getting exposure to it in your stock portfolio, you don't have to be 100% into cryptocurrencies themselves. That way you have a little bit more diversification, which is something I, of course, love here on this channel. But Square stock is the first one at $245 right now. Market cap, $100 billion. Square stock, we talk about that some on the show. PayPal, Mara though, this is one that a lot of people don't know about. We can talk about PayPal, we can talk about Square. You know it already. You're going to be like, Matt, why are you talking about it? We know it already. Get to the good stuff. Get to the pot at the end of the rainbow with the gold in it, the delicious Dogecoin gold. Okay, fine, I will. I hear you. This one has a market cap of $4.6 billion right now, called Marathon Digital Holdings, basically a mining group. Not a lot of people are talking about this right now. It's been down a little bit more, but overall still going up a decent amount. It spiked a lot all the way back in 2016, 2017 time range. I don't know if, can you see that there? So that's when it spiked back there in the 2016, 2017 time range. Now it's continuing to go up. What's up with Compound? I'll check that out. Compound. If you want your interest to compound, maybe you should check it out. I don't know. No, not really. But John Money says, much love for the info, man. Good energy. I hope the Doge hype keeps up. It's a no-brainer. Little risk considering the potential. Also, on top of that, so far, the last 3 times Doge has been knocking on the door of going to the mid 4 cents to 4.5 cents. The last 3 times, Elon Musk tweeted about it right before it happened and saved it. So, is that a sign that every single time it's going to go down, Elon Musk is going to post memes just to help us out? I don't know. Will his power eventually run out on Twitter? Probably not 100%. It'll definitely decrease. That doesn't change how much we love Elon, because we still love Elon just as much. But that's just something to keep in mind. I don't want to mislead anyone there. At the same time, though, he has so much influence off of Twitter too. With his company SpaceX, that's going to be landing human beings on Mars and setting up a colony, going to the moon, all of that stuff. He has so much more influence than he actually can possibly ever have on Twitter. And so far, even though he loves Dogecoin, he's only ever talked about it there. Elon, make an Instagram account. Why not? Or a YouTube channel. I would watch that, wouldn't you? Matt, my job is offering a portion of my paycheck to be paid in Bitcoin. Ooh, that's cool. Thinking about asking for Dogecoin instead. I fully support that. Hey, why not? Yes, that's good. I love that, because the more people are using and actually spending and accepting cryptocurrency. So someone told me the other day, they said, come on, Matt, you had a competition getting people to spend Doge. Well, people are supposed to hold the Doge, but the Doge has no value if it's not being spent. The whole use case of Dogecoin is that it has actually good transaction times. The fact that 5 billion can be mined a year actually helped to facilitate that, just without being too much that it hurts the price a lot. So we need Dogecoin to be spent. Just encourage whoever you spend it with to hold it. That's the real key there. When you are buying something with Dogecoin, then the person you buy it from is holding. That's expanding the community. You're welcome to buy more as well. But that's why spending Dogecoin, Bitcoin is so important. And huge shout out to your job, ahead of the curve, making some good stuff happen. Also, Gilberto says, I have 1 million Doge. Nice. Any news on Coinbase ever selling Doge? Oh, I see what you mean. So will they add it? But also, that was funny for a second there. It looked like you had 1 billion Doge because you had the 2 extra zeros, but you had the dot there with the 2 zeros. So I see there. I clarification there. Matt, get roasted for reading it wrong almost. I didn't though. I got it. But Coinbase, so I think Coinbase will most likely in the next month or so, we are seeing the developers of Dogecoin. I've been talking a little bit about that. So we're going to likely see Coinbase adding it. It's all risky, playing a huge role, pushing for that. A lot of people pushing for that. So we're hoping it happens. I'm going to do everything in my power, but there are still some steps that need to be taken. Just like I said in the article though, 91% is a huge amount. That's the numbers. 91% token gain on average. And we could even see way bigger with Dogecoin. But the best part about that is not necessarily the immediate gain, which will likely happen after the announcement, not after the actual adding. Keep that in mind, like we saw with Cardano. So if you're planning to wait until it gets added to invest, you may be making a little bit of a time mistake. Overall, long term, I guess who really cares? Because think about this, with over 50 million users on Coinbase, when Elon Musk does a big Dogecoin tweet, and now it's also on Coinbase, that's going to be huge because it'll have the ability to spike way higher. Plus, with us seeing it going up 186.5% in social ranking, that's the last time we saw a big increase like that. That was one of the first signs that we were about to see a spike. And that's when on my YouTube channel, I was telling everyone that back in the day, before the big Dogecoin spike, when we were the only YouTube channel talking about it at that time every single day. There were a couple other random videos, but that's a big indication, and we shouldn't underrate it. The Doge curve looks promising. If we can break the $1 barrier, then most of the sell-offs will clear. That's a good tip coming in there from Johnny Money. If we can break the $1, that would be a huge milestone that would lead to likely more big gains into the future, because $1 is such a mental number right there. Once you pass that, you have a lot more credibility. And I think that's also a big advantage of Dogecoin compared to Bitcoin. As much as I love Bitcoin and want to see it go up, and I'll talk about it positively here when there's positive stuff to talk about because I like that. But when you're spending one thousandth of a Dogecoin or 169.78 of a Dogecoin not a Dogecoin, of a Bitcoin, when you're spending 1,346.7 thousandth of a Bitcoin compared to spending 1 Dogecoin, it just makes more sense. So the structure of that I think is better for spending, which is why right now we're seeing Bitcoin. A lot of that is just store of value. There's not a lot of Bitcoin spending in comparison to the entire market cap. With Ethereum and Cardano, it's different. Also, Litecoin, a lot of people don't even realize Litecoin is one of the most spendable and spended cryptocurrencies. Spent cryptocurrencies. There we go. I got it right. I fixed it. Don't worry. Grammar police, my 8th grade teacher. You're gonna come in the comment section and roast me. Maybe I deserve it. My 8th grade grammar teacher. Oh no, is Miss Gibbs here? Miss Gibbs, don't roast us. We're just an innocent YouTube channel. Man, Miss Gibbs was quite a handful. Miss Gibbs, oh, I didn't like Miss Gibbs very much. I'll be honest. I mean, she wasn't that bad, but Miss Gibbs, ooh, she was quite the teacher. She was quite the teacher. 6'5" for MicroStrategy. That's to say it lightly. She was mean. She was mean. I didn't like her. Tesla stock, 678. That's one of the other ones that has Bitcoin exposure, but $650 billion market cap right now, does have room to grow. Apple at $2 trillion. I don't see any reason why someday Tesla couldn't potentially be number one. Elon Musk saying himself that he thinks it could happen within only months, which is kind of crazy. Maybe that's why he deleted the tweet, right? But nonetheless, he still, to some degree, thinks that, or else he wouldn't have tweeted it. So that's positive. That's positive. And I don't want to get Elon in trouble. I don't want to get him in trouble. But I mean, that's the truth. There was other articles about it too. So it's not just me saying it. But lastly, for those who sell at odd numbers like 4, 6, 7. Most people hit the even numbers like 5. Interesting. I see what you're saying there. You do kind of have a point. We like to see the even numbers to some degree. So you're right about that. I seen a video that Doge could hit $80 in 3 to 5 years. No. I mean, that would be amazing. But even in my most optimistic video that I've ever made about Dogecoin, which was the perfect dream scenario with Elon Musk's supercomputer, even there, I said it'll take longer than 5 years if we do see it happen. And that would take a ton of things going right. I would never in a million years feel right if I sat here and told people that I think it's going to happen. I mean, I would love to think that, but I don't, because it's not. So that's just the way it is. But still, I mean, if we see $1, are any of us going to be complaining about that? No, because that's amazing. That's truly amazing. If we see 50 cents, I'll be really happy about that. And then, but the important thing to remember is once we see some of those numbers, that could just be the beginning of something huge. So those numbers, not just seeing them is great, but seeing them, the indication of what it means for the future is even better. I mean, how can it not go up if it's being put on millions of TVs across the entire world on a moon landing? Of course it's going to go up, right? That's why you're seeing people scared to sell right now. That's why it's not going below. That's why it's not going below 5 cents at this current moment in time, and it's struggling to go below 6 cents. It's dipped down there a few times, but I think it may be a little bit below 6 cents right now. But it's struggling because it keeps wanting to go. Look at that. It went back up. Right as I said that, it went back up above 6 cents. So it's struggling. It doesn't want to go below 6 cents because no one wants to miss out on the moon landing, right? That's just the way it is. Let me see what this comment says. A chat coming in from, thank you so much, from SK. Saki, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Hopefully I got it right. I love, it's like a game for me, trying to pronounce games right. I think I normally do. I seen a video that Doge could hit $80 in 5 years. So no. It can't do that unless we literally have unbelievable, unforeseen, insane circumstances that have such a small probability of happening that's not even worth entertaining in 5 years. But if we're talking about 100 years, yes, I think that absolutely can happen. If we're talking about 20 years even, some numbers like over $10 in 20 years, absolutely possible, and it could even be higher than that. So but we have to keep that in mind too for retirement. You're going to want to have money. Thinking about the future is one of the best things that can possibly be done for the present, and a lot of people don't. Most of us in this community, we do. That's why we have an advantage, and we're going to be the ones that are driving our super nice Tesla cars and living in our mansions or whatever the heck we want to live in. Maybe you want to live in a small house. Maybe you don't want to have to pay someone to come clean your entire mansion and scrub all the windows. Sounds like a hassle. You gotta heat the entire thing in the winter and cool the entire thing in the summer. I would like a little bit smaller. I don't want a mansion. I mean, maybe if I had an insane amount of money, I could just hire someone to do everything. I don't know, maybe, but I still, I wouldn't want a mansion. I would just want a normal apartment building. I want to be up high so I can have a nice view over a city. That's what I want. I don't want to live in a house. I like houses. I live in one right now, but I would like to one day buy a nice apartment somewhere. I think that would be awesome. I mean, houses are cool too, but just not as, in my opinion, not as cool as having a view just out your window where you can see over everything and have a balcony. All that sounds really cool to me. But with the Dogecoin price right now at 6, and we saw it go up already this week multiple times past 6.5. It made 2 organic runs without even Elon Musk participating. And every single time it's done that, it stayed a little bit higher afterwards. I cannot wait to see one of these big runs that actually spikes after the end of it. And we don't see any whales. Because the whales who sell, then they're replaced by a bunch of individuals for the most part. They're gone. And so the more that happens, the higher the chances are. Cardano's C-Fund First Capital goes to Israel fintech startup. Not that big of a story. Just thought I would throw it in there real quick. Then I think there's also a pretty high chance that we're going to see the Starship rocket launching, the Starship SN15 launching pretty dang soon. Let's see what Elon said about that. Elon Musk, we know it's coming. I think it's rolling out pretty soon here. He also said he supports that, but oh, here we go. A new image of NASA's Integrity helicopter. I'm excited about that. Are you not? We're going to get to see the helicopter fly on Mars and get to see a video of that. What? It doesn't even comprehend reality in comparison to where we were 30 years ago as a human civilization. It doesn't even make sense that we're having rockets land now and we're flying a helicopter on Mars. It's just awesome. I think we should send a person to Mars soon who someone in a situation where they don't have much longer left on this earth, literally, but also in the way where maybe they have some disease or something, and they can sign up and go live out their final moments on Mars. I just think that would be the coolest thing ever. If that was me, I would want to do it. So I don't know why people are saying we can't do that. There has to be 100% a comeback mission. I mean, yes, in the future, but I think we can land a human on Mars within the next few years if we wanted to, relatively easily. I don't know what the big holdup is. Let's go ahead and do it, and just have someone who's willing to accept that they would be doing a one-way trip there. It's kind of sad, kind of emotional, but I think it makes sense. If maybe I'm wrong, maybe Matt's being a little bit too out there. I don't know. Let me know. I just think that makes sense, and I'm surprised no one else I've seen at the top of the rocket community has said that. I know I've heard a lot of people saying that, but I haven't heard anyone at the top saying that. But anyway, there we go. That's the live for tonight. We got all the good information there. Someone said, is now a good time to buy BTT? Well, it just went up a lot. So if it does go down some, I think that's the most likely scenario right now. But in the long term, I do still like BTT. So hopefully that answers your question. I'll be in the comment section. I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.